Battle of the Brains, presented by Invest 529, Central Virginia's high school academic quiz show. Today's match features Douglas Freeman High School versus Glen Allen High School. Let's play.
Hello, and thanks for joining us for Battle of the Brains. I'm Cheryl Miller. Our academic quiz show and competition welcomes teams from high schools all across the Commonwealth of Virginia. They're competing for a share of $20,000 in scholarship money, courtesy of Invest 529 and the E.W. Scripps Foundation. The academic athletes joining us today are the Mavericks of Douglas Freeman High School, coached by Orion Altman and Jason Abril. Freeman High School is part of the Henrico County Public School District, serving about 1,900 students. The school offers a specialty center for leadership, government, and global economics. Also with us today, the Jaguars of Glen Allen High School, coached by Med Rakowski. Glen Allen High School is a public school in Henrico County with an enrollment of about 2,000 students. The school's theme for this year is Next Starts Now, your journey, your mission, your move. It's great to have all these students back with us today as they compete in the second round of this season's competition. Our match today will consist of 3 toss-up rounds and a category round. Welcome, students. Welcome back. Let's get started with the first toss-up round. What element has isotopes called tritium and deuterium?
Hydrogen.
That is correct, an atomic number of 1. On the animated television show, what is the first name of Bart Simpson's school bus driver? Michael.
Otis.
That is incorrect. Douglas Freeman? George?
Murphy.
It's actually Otto. This man's number, a ratio of gravitational to viscous forces, characterizes the motion of liquids due to density differences. Name this Greek whose principle states that buoyant force on an object. Michael.
Archimedes.
That is correct. On an object is equal to the weight of the displaced fluid. This author's first children's book was 1943's The Gremlins. He also wrote screenplays for such movies as You Only Live Twice and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Name this British author of James and the Giant Peach and Charlie. Wes.
Roald Dahl.
That is correct. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. In music, what is the relative minor of the key of A major? Wes.
G.
That is incorrect. Freeman? Jack?
B.
It's actually F sharp minor. Among this Irish author's lesser-known works are 1911's The Lair of the White Worm. Name this author, best known for his 1897 novel, Dracula. Jack?
Bram Stoker.
Correct. Born in 1175, Subutai was a general who conquered immense amounts of territory for which empire? John?
Mongol.
Correct. What is the name of the sun's rays that give you a tan? Tyson?
Ultraviolet.
Correct, both A and B, UVA and UVB rays. All right, here's a computation. Get your pencil and paper ready. What is the longer side in feet of a right triangle with an area of 60 square feet, a short side 8 feet long, and a hypotenuse 17 feet long? And the answer is 15 feet. What important invention is credited to Johannes Gutenberg? Wes.
The printing press.
Correct. In which African country is the city of Benghazi located? Michael.
Libya.
Correct. All right, teams, watch the monitors. Here's a question from the Battle of the Brains Brainy Bunch.
Which 1957 Disney movie dramatized the Sons of Liberty and the Boston Tea Party?
Wes.
1776.
That is incorrect. Freeman? Jack?
Liberty Kids.
Actually, the movie was called Johnny Tremaine. Who was the first author known for his work, The Canterbury Tales? Wes.
Chaucer.
Correct. To be interred in Westminster Abbey's famous Poet Corner. He was the first. The pre-Greek of Mycenae, of whom the legendary Agamemnon was allegedly... George.
This was the, Mycenaean?
That is incorrect. I will finish the question for Glen Allen. The pre-Greek of Mycenae, of whom the legendary Agamemnon was allegedly king, lived principally in which region of the Greek peninsula? Michael.
Peloponnesia.
That is correct.
Nice.
Our next question is spell Mycenae. George.
M-Y-C-E-N-A-E.
And that is correct. They leave the equilibrium constant unchanged because they affect forward and reverse reaction rates equally. Instead, they provide a different mechanism that reduces a reaction's activation energy. Somya.
Enzymes?
That is incorrect. Name these substances that speed up reactions without being consumed. John?
Catalyst?
That is correct. Named for an English monarch, what river runs between the cities of Portsmouth and Virginia? John?
Oh, crap. Charles?
That is incorrect. Michael?
The James.
It's actually the Elizabeth River. And that buzzer is the end of our first toss-up round. Up next, we'll introduce you to today's players, and then they'll take on the category round when Battle of the Brains continues.
Miss a week of Battle of the Brains? Want to catch up on the full season of play? Find full episodes on our YouTube channel. Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
Here are the scores following the first toss-up round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from Douglas Freeman High School with 30 points, and our team from Glen Allen High School with 70 points. And we'll get back to our match just ahead, but first let's tell you a little bit about today's players. First, let's meet our team from Douglas Freeman High School. The Mavericks are coached by Orion Altman and Jason Averill. Jack Harris is a 12th grader, is a professional actor in the Richmond, Virginia area, as well as at school, and plans to become an archaeologist. Amber Park is a 12th grader who plans to study business or culinary in college and works part-time on a food truck, so I'd say maybe culinary. Our team captain is John Thrower, who is an 11th grader who is the build lead of Freeman's first robotics team, enjoys studying history, and plans to major in physics. And wrapping up our team from Douglas Freeman High School is George Thrower, who is a sophomore who enjoys cooking in his free time and is a Panthers fan. That's our team from Douglas Freeman High School playing Battle of the Brains today. Now let's meet our team challengers. Glen Allen High School, the Jaguars, are coached by Meg Rakowski. First up is Somya Kandakuri, who is a senior, enjoys science class, plans to major in biochemistry, and enjoys writing stories and playing the violin. Our team captain is Tyson Henry, who is a senior, enjoys math and science, hopes to major in nuclear or chemical engineering in college, and enjoys sports, basketball, soccer, and video games. Michael Kiley is a senior who enjoys movies, traveling, and hiking. His favorite subject in school is history and wants to work in politics. And wrapping up our team from Glen Allen High School is Wes Boggs, who is a senior, is a member of the marching band, also is an Eagle Scout who enjoys hiking and plans to become a history teacher. That's our team from Glen Allen High School. Great to have them here with us today, playing Battle of the Brains as well. And now our teams are going to take on the category round, where each team will select a 10-question category from today's choices. If the team gets all of its questions correct in the allotted time, they'll receive a 20-point bonus. All right, teams, take a look here at today's categories from which you may choose. They are show tunes, scientific potpourri, and take me to your leader. We do note that in this round, only the captains can officially answer for the team, though they may confer with their teammates to try to come up with the correct answers. There is no deferring. By the rules, the high score team gets first choice of category, so that is our team from Glen Allen High School. Tyson, quickly talk it over with your teammates. Let me know what category you would all like to play.
Leader, because it'll be like probably leaders of stuff.
Okay. Sure. We'll take me to your leader.
All right, I'll give you the name. You tell me what organization or movement he or she led. The first is Gloria Steinem.
Feminist movement. The feminist movement.
Correct. Jimmy Hoffa.
The Teamsters.
The Teamsters.
Correct. Cesar Augusto Sandino.
Is it like the farmers or?
The Sandinistas.
That is correct. Margaret Sanger.
Oh, it's the like Planned Parenthood or something like that.
Planned Parenthood.
That is correct. Carrie Nation.
Temperance movement.
Temperance movement.
That's correct. Bobby Seale.
I know these people. Civil rights movement.
Civil rights movement.
Close. The Black Panthers. Ralph Nader.
I've heard that name before.
Green Party, I think. What? Green Party?
The Green Party.
Green Party is correct. Jim Jones.
Oh, it's the Jonestown Call. What is? Oh, the People's Church or something.
People's Church.
Judges?
No.
They're saying no. It's the People's Temple. Susan B. Anthony.
Suffrage.
Yeah, suffrage movement. Women's suffrage.
Correct. And Ethan Allen.
The Green Mountain Boys.
The Green Mountain Boys.
And that is correct. Good job on your category. You know your people. All right, Freeman, it will either be show tunes or scientific potpourri. John, talk it over with your teammates. Tell me what category you'd like.
I think we have show tunes now.
I'm fine.
Show tunes?
All right, I'll give you the title of a popular show tune. You name the musical. The first is My Favorite Things.
That's it's almost like all the kids.
So Julie Andrews, Song of Music.
Song of Music.
Sound of Music is correct. All That Jazz.
Chicago.
Chicago.
Correct. I Could Have Danced All Night.
Is this movies?
No. And that's with your favorite musical, Joan. Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing.
My Fair Lady. One More Day.
Les Miserables.
Les Miserables.
Correct. Defying Gravity.
Wicked.
Wicked.
Correct. Don't Cry for Me, Argentina.
Evita.
Evita.
Correct. Maria.
West Side Story.
West Side Story.
Correct. Meet the Plastics.
That's Mean Girls.
Sure.
Mean Girls.
Correct. The Room Where It Happens.
Hamilton.
Correct. And finally, Memory.
Cats.
Cats.
Cats is correct. Good job on your show tunes. Good job by both of our teams in the category round. Up next, we'll have another toss-up round when Battle of the Brains returns.
Battle of the Brains is always available. Find full episodes on YouTube and follow Battle of the Brains on social media. Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
Here are the scores following the category round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from Douglas Freeman High School with 75 points. Our team from Glen Allen High School with 110 points. And now it's back to our game and another toss-up round. But first, a reminder for our teams, you do lose points if you interrupt a question with an incorrect answer. The other team then gets a shot at it. And there is no conferring, of course, in the toss-up rounds. Here we go. DNA coding for a particular amino acid contains a sequence of how many nucleotides? Soumya?
3.
That's correct. You may need your pencil and paper. What is the slope of a line parallel to the x-axis? John?
0.
That is correct. The answer is among this list: coal, granite, shale, slate. Which one is an igneous rock? Tyson?
Granite.
Correct. It is the only horizontal long bone in the body. What is the scientific name of this bone, known informally as the collarbone? Soumya?
The clavicle.
Correct. In the equation 19 minus 5 equals 14, what number is the subtrahend? Amber?
19.
That is incorrect. Glen Allen?
What was the end?
Soumya?
5.
5 is correct. It's the number being subtracted from another number. At over 2,300 miles, what is the longest river in the United States? Michael?
The Missouri.
Correct. What city served as the setting for many of Charles Dickens' novels? Michael?
London.
Correct. The Earth's core is an alloy of two elements.
Iron and nickel.
Correct. In the world of cinematic excellence, Saturn Awards are given to winners in what 3 categories of film, television, and home media? Jack?
Direction.
That is incorrect. Glen Allen? Wes?
Cinematography.
It's actually 3 categories: science fiction, horror, and fantasy.
Okay.
You may need your pencil and paper. Big Jake goes to his local pub and has roughly 8 1/2 pints of his favorite soft drink. While Jake is feeling pretty rotten, the bartender has charged him now for how many liters of soda? Tyson?
3.
That is incorrect. Freeman? Amber?
2.
It's actually 4. According to the Earthquake Information Center, name either of the 2 U.S. states that have the fewest earthquakes. Wes?
Iowa.
That is incorrect. Freeman? Amber?
North Dakota.
That is one, and Florida is the other.
Okay.
Good job.
just
The
thought
United
first,
States
I'm just
Peace
gonna-
Corps was founded during the administration. Wes?
John F. Kennedy.
That is correct, in March of 1961. A piranha is a freshwater fish that inhabits South American rivers. Amber?
P-I-H-R-A-N-A.
That is incorrect. They have sharp teeth and a voracious appetite. The question is, spell piranha. Michael?
P-I-R-A-N-H-A.
That is correct.
You missed it.
In 1819, what case did the U.S. Supreme Court uphold the right of Congress to create a Bank of the United States? John?
New York v. I forgot.
That is incorrect. Glen Allen? Sonia?
McCullough v. Maryland?
That is correct. Belonging to the hadron family, it is a composite particle made up of 3 quarks, derived from the Greek word for heavy. Name this particle whose forms, protons and neutrons, make up most of the visual matter in the universe. Wes?
Atom.
That is incorrect. Freeman? Amber?
Fermions.
They actually baryons. You may need your pencil and paper. Christine is trading in her foreign silver coins for gold ones. She has 15 stacks of 20 silver coins each, and each silver coin is worth $20. If each gold coin is worth $100,
60.
That is correct, 60 gold coins. We're asking how many gold coins does she receive? That buzzer means one more toss-up round ahead, and we'll double the point value. Stay tuned to see which team is today's winner here on Battle of the Brains.
Love Battle of the Brains? Ready for your high school team to play next season? Go to battleofthebrains.net to learn more. Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
Here are the scores as we head into the final round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from Douglas Freeman High School with 85 points, and our team from Glen Allen High School with 220 points. And in this last toss-up round, the point score for a correct answer is doubled, but so is a penalty for an incorrect answer given before I finish the question. There is no deduction for an incorrect answer to a completed question. Good luck, teams. This is our final toss-up round. The 7th in a series, what 2011 sci-fi action movie ends with the following words? Caesar is home. Jack?
Planet of the Apes.
That is incorrect. Glen Allen? Tyson?
War for the Planet of the Apes.
It's actually Rise of the Planet of the Apes. December 4th, 2013 marked the first time an iconic Broadway musical was performed live on network television since the 1955 production of Peter Pan. Name this live production that starred Stephen Moyer and Carrie Underwood as Captain Von Trapp and Maria. Wes?
Sound of Music.
That is correct. What 2 U.S. presidents were assassinated in the 19th century? Michael?
James Garfield and Abraham Lincoln.
Correct. Garfield in 1881, Lincoln in 1865. All right, teams, take a look. Here's a question from the Battle of the Brains Brainy Bunch.
A Virginia university is named for what man who wrote the Virginia Declaration of Rights in 1776 that served as a model for James Madison's Bill of Rights?
Wes?
George Mason.
Correct. Everyone should believe in something. I believe I'll go canoeing is a quote by which civil disobedience philosopher? Michael?
Henry David Thoreau.
Correct. Which Major League Baseball team plays its home games in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? Wes?
The Pirates.
Correct. The Voice coach and pop star Gwen Stefani first found success as the lead singer for which band? Soumya?
The Spice Girls?
That is incorrect. Freeman? Amber?
The Cranberries.
The band is actually called No Doubt.
Oh.
In football, how many yards are penalized for offensive holding between the... Wes?
10 yards.
That is correct. Between the 20-yard lines is 10. Name the author who published Finnegan's Wake in 1939, who also wrote Ulysses, published in 1922. Michael?
James Joyce.
Correct. What do paleontologists study? Jack?
Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs fossils.
Fossils is correct. Pen and paper may be needed. If the ratio of the volumes of 2 similar figures is 8 to 27, what is the ratio of their surface areas? Tyson?
2 to 3.
That is incorrect. Freeman? Amber?
3 to 9.
It's actually 4 to 9. Pope Innocent IV authorized it to use torture to extract confessions. John?
Spanish Inquisition.
That is correct. Ferdinand Magellan's ship Vittorio completed its circumnavigation. Jack?
1492.
That is incorrect. I'll finish for Glen Allen. Ferdinand Magellan's ship Vittorio completed its circumnavigation of the globe in 1522 following Magellan's death the previous year. In what Asiatic archipelago? Michael?
The Philippines.
Correct. Fluorite is what number of the Mohs hardness scale? Jack?
4.
That is correct. In H.G. Wells' novel, The War of the Worlds, Earth was invaded by creatures from which planet? Michael?
Mars.
Correct. What is the ecclesiastical word used for the prescribed form of worship followed by Christians of particular denominations? Wes?
Sabbath.
That is incorrect. Freeman? Amber?
Mass.
It's actually called liturgy. American Frederick Henry, the protagonist in A Farewell to Arms, drives an ambulance for what country? Michael?
France.
That is incorrect. Freeman? George?
Italy.
That is correct. Bib, romaine, and iceberg are types of Somya.
Lettuce.
Correct. That buzzer is the end of our game. While our judges double check the final score, here's a reminder of how you can stay connected with us here on Battle of the Brains.
Stay up to date on Battle of the Brains. Follow along as your favorite teams advance this season. Visit battleofthebrains.net to learn more and follow along at Battle of the Brains on social media. Join us next week on Battle of the Brains as we welcome students from Trinity Episcopal School playing against students from Tallwood High School. Don't miss the action.
And here's the final score now for today's match, determining which team will continue on in this season's competition. Ending the match with a final score of 145 points, our team from Douglas Freeman High School. Good job today by George, John, Amber, and Jack. Best of luck to you in the rest of your school year. Our winners today with a final score of 420 points, our team from Glen Allen High School. Good job today by Somya, Tyson, Michael, and Wes. And we will see you in the next round. Congratulations. I'm Cheryl Miller. Thank you so much for watching and playing along here on Battle of the Brains, and we'll see you back here next week. Great match, teams.
Game over. Thank you for watching Battle of the Brains, presented by Invest 529.